signed up for a big work day here at the Best. We're going to be doing all the framing and insulation, and we got a bunch of friends and people coming out to help. We brought plenty of food, and we're just going to have a blast with everyone and work hard, try and get it all done. Theo and Corin are starting up a fire to keep everybody warm. It's about 34 degrees out today, so it'll be nice to have a big bonfire. Here's a quick before. So this is where we're starting today. Got wood stove and a layout taped out, and we're just gonna be able to frame all these wall parts in and put some insulation in those panel areas. It'll be an exciting day.
So, as I begin this work, help me to bring it to completion. Lord, enlighten my mind and strengthen my body, that I may accomplish my tasks according to your will. Guide me to bring about your works of goodness to your service and your glory. Amen. Voila!
We've got crew here, chopping insulation, getting it to the sizes we need to fit in the walls. So it looks like they're fitting insulation down into these little gaps.
I think that's good.
Hopefully I cut these right. Bring it down. Yeah! Woo! Come on, Ryan, let me get in there. Right here.
sorry y'all. They've gotten a lot done today. They're still working, but this is a view of what we've got going here. These aren't insulated because we're putting windows in. Hopefully it's not too loud with the things going on outside. But anything you see like this, it's because there's going to be windows. And then we've got stuff in the middle of the road here. They're framing in here where our bathtub's going to be. And it's looking really good. So, as you can see, our bathtub's kind of pulled out right now, but they're doing all the framing around that. And then they started in on the roof a little bit, but that might get finished a different day. Lots of good work going on. Here's one of the most handsome people.
Keep us warm.
And then we got the crew outside, enjoying the fire and some soup. Is it good soup? Say good soup.
Good soup.
Can you say good soup?
Good soup.
Alrighty, so we got the bus framed out, mostly. I say mostly because we're missing 3 rows, boom, down the middle, and then kind of like midship along there. Most of the insulation in, and where the windows are, we have framed out pretty solid around them to prevent any kind of, seepage of air, kind of air gaps, all those kind of things. So let me show you up close and personal what we did, and I'll go over kind of some of the specs and stuff. So as you can see, we got all this framing down there. It is 16 on center, so meaning, well, this first one is about, we framed so that, you know, when you split a piece of plywood up at 4 feet, or wherever that is, I think that's somewhere right here. So if you split a piece of plywood at 4 feet, it'll split right in the middle, so it's easy to figure out layout and all that stuff. And you know, we know it's 16 on center, so we can measure for that. Another thing, we have these windows here, and we put these blockings, and that's what I was talking about, air gaps and stuff, blocking along there to frame out the windows essentially. Once we get the windows, we'll get them, we'll cut out the metal, and we'll build the specialty frames that go around the windows and install those. All right, walking the mountain more. We got 2 of the 5 roof rails or frames up. Didn't quite rip enough, and the day ran out of time. So you can see that we did kind of a weird thing with you know, how this isn't on one of the hat channels. So the reason for that is these hat channels are really thin, an inch thick, a little over an inch maybe. So really only one screw can go in there without kind of splitting the wood or just being not really very effective. So we just didn't bother cutting most of these 8-foot 2x4s. You can see we ran an 8-foot 2x4. It met up right here. We just bumped it and continued. So we did that. So 4 full runs, and then we have to cut the end off of the last one. And then let's see, next thing. All right, let's show you what we did on the bath. So this is a free bathtub we found on the side of the road, basically brand new. So happy to find that. So anyway, it's a 30 by 60 bathtub with the lip for the surround shower, which is what we're gonna do. So we built out our frame. This is, you know, obviously those is where the walls on the sides are gonna be, and same on this side. And then we have this back here, which is underneath this lip, and that's that support. Obviously 2 middle supports in there as well. And as well as this is gonna get screwed in to that. So lots of support. Might build out a smaller frame, but also they're gonna have the walls on the side, so that'll be more than enough. Pretty soon we will actually build the walls, but we need the rest of the framing to do that. So I'm waiting on that. And then we'll build out these walls, and then we'll work our way to the kitchen, where we found a cabinet at Home Depot for basically half off. Real nice Lazy Susan cabinet in here. I believe it was $160, and regularly it was in the $350 range. So not quite the full size, you know, there's going to be a little bit of gap, but we're trying to figure out a way, at least with this gap right here, that we can build in some storage, or maybe make the bathroom a little bigger. Not really sure. We'll figure that out a little more. Obviously we have a really nice 6-burner double oven gas stove, and then of course over here will be some built-in cabinets or such over there. So we have all of the wall insulation in, with the exception of little gaps that we're gonna have. Well, like here we have to use some spray foam to fill in, or cut, you know, little bits of this insulation, which does take a little bit more time. But you know, we'll build the frames for the windows, and then we might, you know, if we do have a gap, we'll fill that up. If not, then great. But other than that, the only thing left to insulate is the ceiling. So as mentioned in the last video, we were discussing the crib, having a mini crib over here. We're actually flipping it and having the crib over there, and it's not going to be a mini crib, because the mini crib would be about, well, the wheel well size, and that to there is much bigger space. So last longer, potentially be a little more space. Okay, so another little detail work we got done today. So we installed these headers. This is a header for the driver's window, and then we have the header above the door. That's the little rail that the sliding door slipped into, little track. So we're actually gonna frame our door off of that and such. So little structural piece, kind of structural, not like super, now that we have these welded in, but it helps. Every little piece helps, and they're all bolted in. Boom, you can see. So all in all, really nice to have in there, and just little detail work like this is what takes so long. We had an amazing crew today helping out. I think we had about 5 of us guys working on stuff, and it took us still a while to do all this. So if you guys are doing all this on your own, minimum I say 2, because you know, you need one person on each side of the 2x2 8-footer to really put it in and line it up with your marks. Make sure you have a really good layout. We did 16 on center starting, so for the 16 on center, you know, that means you're starting from the floor, you measure up 15 1/4, and then from that mark you would measure up 16, 16, 16, and that, because that 15 1/4 sets you up for the rest of the layout. That's all you need to do. It's pretty easy. I can't explain the math. I don't know how it works. I just know it works. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of time lapses because I was just doing stuff and having to manage a couple people, but all in all, a really successful day. Probably have a couple more of these before we're done, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.